Well, I don't know. Do we even need real estate agents anymore? The big question right now, are real estate agents needed in today's market? There's certainly arguments on both sides. We know which one we agree with, which side we agree with. But I wanted to talk a little bit about that today because there's certainly been a lot of noise out there for the fact that you can buy and sell without a real estate agent. Of course you can. You've always been able to. I just don't know if that's a smart move for the typical buyer or seller that's out there. Wanted to talk a little bit about that, give you some tools that you can use as a real estate agent as well, so you can grow your business and attract more clients. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your business. Today, we're going to talk about the need for a real estate agent, how you present your value, and how you combat all of that noise that's out there right now. As long as you're following this page and you ring the bell, you're getting notifications on a consistent basis of all of the content we're providing for you. And today I wanted to talk about it because there's a few loud voices out there that are certainly saying you can buy and sell without an agent. Agents are overpaid. They now have a lawsuit that proves they've all conspired together to charge you too much money. All of this crap that you're hearing out there. And frankly, the more you advertise, the more you're seeing that. If you don't advertise a lot, nobody can reply to you. So you're not hearing much of any of this. But those of you that are advertising at a high level, you get more of the haters, more of the trolls, the people that want to start an argument about how real estate agents are overpaid. It's like, look up how much the average real estate agent makes. It's below the poverty line, quite literally below the poverty line on what they net. So the NAR lawsuit has created a frenzy online. No question about that. Today, I want to give you some tools, show you what to do and say so that you can build value around what it is that you're doing. But making it worse, not only do we have that lawsuit, which literally says, and the folks have agreed to this and settled with this, that NAR and real estate brokerages and real estate agents conspired to essentially set fees or to make a standard fee structure as though it's not negotiable. It's always been negotiable. And frankly, a lot of people have had a hard time getting up to what we would consider to be an average number. Now, making it worse, once this happens, all of the law firms then start their predatory approach of representing the victims and sending out postcards. So I was just looking at what I've received here at my house. I'm sure you've received these class action lawsuits and you're entitled to settlements. I get them over and over and over and over from all of these different attorneys. Every one of these is from a different attorney saying, essentially, you were a victim of your own real estate agent. The agent that represented you charged you too much, didn't do it the right way, didn't negotiate, put you in the MLS, all of that. I mean, you can see the fine print on the back, who's entitled. And it basically says, if you sold a home, you may be entitled to compensation. Now, look, this is going to all of your past clients saying that you took advantage of them and they're entitled to funds. They proved in the court of law. So all of this stuff that's adding up in their mind as though agents have done something wrong. It went from, years ago, it was, cancel the police. Now it's cancel the real estate agents, right? Because they've all been conspiring to screw everyone. Well, I think it's a very small number of people trying to be loud. There is no question the value that's provided by a real estate agent. But listen, you got to show that. You have to demonstrate that. Don't assume that they know that's the case. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that because there's a lot of trolls out there saying, oh, well, you could just use an attorney to fill out the contract, right? So, and we'll talk a little bit about that because that's what they believe to be valid approach. Do you understand there's a difference between an attorney and a real estate agent? Do you understand there's a difference between what they can do or will do or how they get paid? With all of the stuff going on now where you're negotiating directly with your buyer, how many times have we heard these buyers saying, oh, well, I can just have an attorney write up the contract? Or if you've met with for sale by owners, a lot of our inner circle coaching members, we have a FSBO approach we use. It's not a lot of business, but it's 1 or 2 listings a month. If you're using that approach, you get 1 or 2 listings every single month using the FSBO approach. But you know what a lot of FSBOs are going to say? Oh, I don't need a real estate agent. I've already got an attorney to do the paperwork and everything. You don't have a buyer. Who's going to sign the paperwork? What are you talking about? You can have an attorney fill out the paperwork? Do you think that's what realtors do? You don't have a buyer to sign that paperwork. Do you understand? You need somebody to find that buy. It's not going to come from putting a sign in the yard and waiting on something to happen. So this common misconception, and by the way, the same is true with buyers. A lot of buyers are saying, I don't want to pay you 3%. I can go directly to the listing agent and save money. They will write it up, or I can have an attorney write it up. Do you know how attorneys work? You write a contract, 3 offers on the home. You don't get accepted. Oh, sorry, just let me know when you need another contract signed. Here's my bill for doing that. Oh, sorry, you didn't get this one. Here's my bill. You pay every time, not when you successfully close. So a lot of these things, agents have just never really been put in this position to, I wouldn't say defend yourself, but to build value around what you do. And if you build that value and you show what you do, you cannot be replaced. You're not going to be replaced by an app. You're not going to be replaced by Zillow, as much as they would love to change you from being a realtor to a Ziltor. They would love for that to happen. It's not going to happen, because what we provide cannot be replaced. So I'll talk a little bit about kind of why that is, and how you need to be adjusting yourself, because the first problem, like I say, if they're to go with an attorney or whatever, that's going to be the wrong contract. The attorney's going to use their own contract. When the listing agent gets that, you know how weird that is when you get a contract you're not familiar with. We like to use our same forms every single time. So if they're dealing with someone that's not an agent, or even an agent that doesn't understand that target marketing approach, they're not getting the best that they can get. When you look at our top producing agents and members with our inner circle coaching here, we provide a target marketing approach to expose the property to the most opportune buyers. We're using mailing list brokers, marketing list brokers. We're doing online and offline marketing. We're exposing the home to off-market buyers that aren't necessarily actively looking right now, but if they find the right home, they definitely make a move. We're targeting those people and investing our own money to market that. If you can demonstrate that in your presentation, you will not be replaced by any other agent, let alone someone that's not an agent or an app or doing it themselves or going directly to the listing agent or going directly to the seller or whatever that case is. It's certainly not going to happen. So you have to know how to build a value stack. I want you to write that down. You have to know how to build a value stack around what it is that you do, and give that presentation to show why they should, first of all, use an agent, but more importantly, use you. If you build that value stack, if you show your target marketing approach, this is true on sellers and on buyers, but if you can build that value stack, they cannot replace you with anyone else at any price. Oh, your husband is a realtor? He doesn't do this. Oh, your sister is an agent? She doesn't do this. She's an average. She's a commodity agent, completely replaceable by somebody willing to do that at 0.5%. That's not what I do. Here's my value stack. Here's why you need to use me in lieu of everybody else. Here's why your bottom line number is better if you do it this way. So we have a lot of members that are crushing it right now with their value stack video presentations. I oftentimes call it a faceless video. Okay. So a lot of times, if I say, get on Facebook, do YouTube, put some videos out on YouTube, you're thinking, oh, I don't want to be on video. I'm not good on video. Well, who said anything about you? It can be a faceless video. It doesn't need to be you. It could, hell, I could do the presentation for you and you just show, here's why you should work with Jennifer. Here's why you should work with Bob, right? Because here's a full presentation. These faceless video presentations, just meaning it doesn't show your face like this. It might be a PowerPoint or B-roll footage or whatever. Providing that value stack, showing them there's a difference, they're welcome to shop it online. They're welcome to call any attorney, any other realtor friend that they have. They'll never get this. The other realtors don't even know this world exists. They have no idea how to do this. Because they don't know what it is, they'll say, oh, you don't need to do that. You just put it on the MLS. It's just going to sell. Well, that's because they don't know there's a tremendous difference. They don't know we can sell homes for more than the average agent can, because we're exposing it to the most opportune buyers. So if you build that value stack, you're going to do far, far better off. And you can kind of quiet that noise that you're hearing. And again, I think this is a phase. I think it's going to go away as the lawsuit starts to dissipate and that type of thing. But again, getting these things continuously over and over and over. Every single person in America that has bought or sold a home is getting these consistently from multiple attorneys trying to get their cut. This is how they make their money. So you really want to think about how you're building your own value stack. Here's what I do compared to what everybody else does. And if you do that, not only are they going to choose you, they'll choose you